wird nennt es und vier Magolos. Das halte die Giule, ist auf damals durch der Bala Simcha der Giule umgehend voneinander stiegen Schluchig. Wir kamen mit Kemis und ist Mann zu als Ärzte, wo dort gefühlt sich als Weite.
So the Lubavitcher Rebbe, years ago, he used to give out dollars for tzedakah to people that would come by, and the lines would snake all around the building. One day, after waiting for a very long time, an older woman, she said to the Rebbe, I was standing here for a few hours on line waiting, and I'm so tired. Don't you get tired? And the Rebbe looked at her and said, you never get tired of counting diamonds. That story really symbolizes why the Rebbe sent out his emissaries, why he sent us out to set up Chabad houses in the most remote areas to the most populated Jewish areas. It was for these diamonds.
Chai, it means life. To Jews around the world, the word Chai is very powerful. So when we celebrate, we say L'chaim, to life. And this is a story that is all celebration. A celebration that began in 1992 when the Chabad House of Plano came to life. Chabad is the largest Jewish outreach organization in the world with more than 3,500 Chabad houses and 5,000 rabbis.
There was an initiative that the Rebbe had given to many of the shluchim, the emissaries. His initiative, as was his philosophy always, to develop not followers so much as leaders. And we've interviewed several people, but no one fit Plano as did Rabbi and Rifki Block.
And it just seemed like it was a tremendous opportunity. Plano at that time had 100,000 people. Frisco at that time had 5,000 people. But you could sense, you knew that it was going places.
I was very young and idealistic, and I was raised hearing stories about Chabad houses opening up and how they affected every Jew. And I imagined that I was going to come here and open up a Chabad center and start teaching Torah and show, everyone would see by my example, the beauty of living a Torah life.
And we began to organize ourselves in the unique Chabad way, which was to promote Yiddishkeit and do things that weren't done before. Probably our first event was, we publicized a class for Yom Kippur, and I had all the subtotal amount of one person show up.
Chabad has a great challenge. It is to bring light to where it's dark, because that's where light is more effective, and where it's light, to make it even brighter. And to bring light to places, to make it even brighter, that is chutzpah.
Chutzpah. That's exactly what it takes to build something from nothing. The Rebbe always taught that if you want to touch the world, you do it one person at a time. So Rabbi Block, as only Rabbi Block can do, started touching.
I was in my office. My secretary buzzed me and said, "There's a Rabbi Block here to see you." My immediate response was, "I don't know Rabbi Block."
There were signs all over town for Florence Shapiro. She was running for the Senate. I said, that sounds like a Jewish name. Shapiro, Florence Shapiro. Did a little bit of research and I found out that her husband Howard was also very influential. He was the president of the school board at that time. And I opened up the phone book.
He filled a void in my life immediately. We started having a Torah study at my office, just he and I. Pretty soon it outgrew my office. We moved it to Rabbi Block's house. As we learned what his goal was in this community, my advice from him was, "Rabbi, please, this is a different world than you grew up in Crown Heights. You have to get out and get out in the community and make yourself known to the community and intermingle. You can't. It's not just an all-Jewish world here in Plano." How little did I know how outgoing he and Rivka were.
From a living room on Junction Drive, one person at a time, things were happening. This time, 30 people showed up to stand and celebrate Sukkot. And by the time Purim came around, it was clear the seeds were beginning to grow.
A lot of people in the community know Miami Drive. We spent 8 years there. We had our little shul there in the back. On Shabbos, it was the shul. On Sunday, it was the Hebrew school. And the rest of the week, it was the playroom for the kids.
We were just beginning this journey, and it was just up to our imagination of where we could go.
And I was one of those parents that didn't just drop off their kid. I stayed and said, "Do you guys need any help?"
Before she knew it, Sandy Geiger was part of the Hebrew school experience. And it was that experience, more than 15 years ago, that has had a profound impact on her life.
The friendship that has evolved between Rivki and myself is probably the highlight of my involvement here. In her, I got not only a very, very good friend, but also someone that I could turn to for questions that range from religious questions to even, she's also just a born teacher.
Everything that you see that the Chabad has today is equal partnership, if not more, of her effort and her involvement. She is a very talented educator. She understands children.
They accept you and welcome you and want to help you grow and learn more about Judaism. And
the Schechter family has spent the last 18 Passovers with the Blocks. That's 18 Seders, all ending at around 2 in the morning. Their family has been uniquely impacted by Chabad. Their son Ben, who at one time was moving away from his faith, found Chabad in India, of all places. And that was the start of his journey to becoming an observant Jew.
Even though he grew up in our home and he knew Rabbi Block from the time he was a little boy, he had to go on the other side of the world for it to interest him more. So now he's living in a yeshiva in Jerusalem and loves Chabad, loves learning. It's making him an amazing human being.